Well, the week's been a whirlwind of activity, of community, of engaging in art making, in learning experiences, and sharing with individuals from across the country and across the world through this program. It's been a wonderful chance for me as an educator, art educator, to develop some skills in art making, to develop lessons that I can bring back to my classroom, as well as share in experiences with my colleagues who are going through the program online.
Boston University's Studio Art program is one of the very exceptional programs I believe that exists in an art school today anywhere. The philosophy behind the program is to cultivate and nurture the artist teacher, not just the pedagogical soul, but the artist soul as well, to allow the teachers to make art for themselves for an entire week, which for public school teachers especially is a luxury.
So often as teachers we get wrapped up in what our students are doing that we forget that we're artists ourselves and how important it is to be an artist teacher. And this week has been surprising in terms of the community of artists coming together from all over the states, and to really have time to focus and develop our own work and not only get ideas for our classrooms, but also to really pursue our own art and our own creativity and what we're interested in and how to experience that in different medias.
You get to live here at BU and you're in the dorms, so you're real close to everything. You walk to the CFA building, you walk to the studio building, you're submersed like you were in undergrad years of diving into your studio and really reigniting that passion and engagement. And so now reconnecting with why you're here. Why are you an art educator, and what are the things that you can develop further for yourself and especially to benefit your students?
What they have stressed is the importance of having this a piece of the program. Many of them have come up to me personally and said, this is brilliant, this is one of the best things, and I'm so glad I chose this program because I think this is a critical piece.
The studio aspect of this is so important for the artist teacher that not only are we making ourselves better teachers through learning why art is so important and experiencing it and living it, but truly living the life of an artist for these 5 days has been exhausting and wonderful and incredibly rewarding all at the same time.
I think there's more than one thing that I take back. There's several, with building relationships and building collaborative ideas with other art educators, establishing relationships within a classroom.
The sense of community and the sense of belonging with the students from online, I was not expecting at all. So it's been a really, really amazing surprise to be here and to get friends out of this and to really want to communicate with them outside of this week and do the Facebook thing and do the phone number and to want to experience even classroom communication.
And being on the student side again, giving me the perspective of how my students might feel as I'm teaching them. So when I'm engaged in making a wire sculpture, or if I'm engaged in taking digital photography, that I'm always looking at the perspective of teacher-student. But now being the student, I have that perception, a better understanding for how my students might feel.
Wanting to share experiences of what's happening, what's worked, what hasn't, what they've done similar in their classrooms that you can bring to your classroom. Talking about lessons with each other and talking about how, what's worked for you, what can help you, and just the natural teacher instinct that we have with each other. There's a really amazing feel of teamwork.
We're interested in this continual being in touch with oneself, the artist inside. And it's easy to say that you're going to do that, even if you take a course, someplace else. You say, oh, well, I'm taking a course. Not the same. This is a total experience that is dedicated to studio and art making. And, even though we're having fun while we're doing it.
I'm leaving here with confidence of I can experience new things. It's always scary starting something new. And from the first drawing project, we talked about how a blank piece of paper is a scary thing, and you are asking your students to draw and create on blank pieces of everything on a regular basis. So getting to go back and be a student again, it kind of gives you more compassion for your own students. And to just be here it's amazing.
You owe it to yourself to really put everything else aside, to engage in this experience for your soul, for your students, and for the future, for where you're taking your class and your education.
I'm leaving here with a million ideas that I want to work with as my own artist and as a teacher.